Can anyone relate to a situation where you've been consuming some red wine and then at some point you pass by a mirror, you smile and see that your teeth are some sort of a purplish blue variation of a shade? I've been there very many times and I have to be very conscious, especially during social gatherings now, to check and see how my teeth look like after I consume red wine. Shout out to my awesome Instagram subscribers for the idea of this video. Today we will be covering 5 different ways plus a bonus point on how to protect your teeth from red wine. Hello everyone, welcome back to my wine diary. If you're new to my channel and you like wine, you are at the right place. Please make sure to subscribe at the end. And if you're not new to my channel and you're one of my returning subscribers, then thank you very much for being here with me for yet another video. And speaking of the video, big shout out to my awesome Instagram subscribers for giving me an idea for this video. And I feel like this topic is the one that everyone thinks about, but nobody really knows what to do with it specifically. So people just, they go along with the flow and they still drink red wine. And red wine is not the only beverage, right, that can stain your teeth. There are many beverages out there that can contribute not only to the teeth staining, but actually to the enamel erosion as well. Red wine just being one of them. So let's go ahead and jump into my 5 points here. Some of them are kind of silly, some of them are very factual, and then I have another bonus point for you at the very end as well. So let's go. So my first tip for you to avoid staining of your teeth from red wine is drink more water, or just drink water. So try to drink water alongside with drinking red wine, whether it's a sip at a time, sip of wine, sip of water, or maybe have a glass of water for every glass of wine that you have. But essentially what we need to understand is that not only that red wine is highly tinted, which causes the staining of the teeth, it also has acidity, and most red wines have a lot of it as well. So that contributes to staining of your enamel and staining of the teeth as well. Another point is dehydration. And when you're dehydrated, teeth actually absorb more staining as well, absorb more tint, whether you're drinking coffee or wine, right? Same logic here. So drinking water can really help with a lot of those aspects, neutralizing the acidity, helping with dehydration, and on top of everything, it will also help you fight that hangover the next day as well. So highly recommend. This is the one that I love. I truly love, and I actually do it religiously myself. I always drink water when I drink any sort of alcohol, and I try to have a glass of water per glass of an alcoholic beverage that I consume. The next one here is a little bit silly, and that is using a straw when drinking red wine. Now, I know what you're gonna say, like, who the heck is going to drink red wine through a straw? I probably wouldn't either, but here the logic is very simple. We're literally reducing the contact of red wine with our teeth, which in a sense help with the staining as well. So if you truly don't care what anyone will think, or if you personally don't care how to consume your red wine, try to drink it through a straw, because that will 100% eliminate that staining of the teeth, or reduce it very greatly at least. The next point is to limit the exposure time. Now this one is again quite simple. So here we just don't want to linger over a red wine glass for a very long time period. Ultimately, the shorter the contact of red wine is with your teeth, the lesser staining there will be done, right? And this one is kind of hard, especially for the ones of us who really love the proper wine tasting specifically, and the swishing, the swirling of the wine inside of your mouth, that really helps, just spread those flavors through all the regions of our tongue to get all of the flavors out, to really taste it really well. But unfortunately, swirling and swishing the wine in your mouth like you would mouthwash, which a lot of us do when we taste wine, isn't helping the case. So try not to do that if you're really concerned about the whiteness of those choppers. The next point has got to be my favorite one, and that is taking bites of hard cheeses when consuming red wine. Is this a joke, you may say? Well, actually, no, there's some scientific proof behind it. So hard cheeses, just like some other foods as well, are low in acid and they're high in fiber, which helps the production of saliva in our mouth. It increases the production of saliva, and then it also restores pH levels, all of which help us combat that acid, right, and staining of the teeth. So cheeses, hard cheeses, and some other carbohydrates act as, the anti-acid element, essentially. So definitely enjoy that one. Cheeses, hard cheeses, carbs, take that in with your wine to reduce teeth staining. My next point is quite simple, and I'll kind of bulk all of these ideas up into one because all of them have to do with oral hygiene. So one of the ways to combat that red wine staining is just good oral hygiene, right? We want to make sure we brush our teeth at least twice a day. Do it regularly. Don't forget to do it after you've finished consuming your red wine. And then floss as well, because sometimes the staining can actually occur between the teeth too. So we need to make sure to remove that because that's not a good look. And then there are a couple of other things that you can do. So whitening strips would be one. I actually do whitening strips, just the store brands, nothing like dental and medical proof, so to say. But I do the over-the-counter ones at least twice a year. And then last but not least, you could actually do some professional dental teeth whitening, which is a little bit more costly, but I think it's way more effective as well and brings better results. Guys, my promised bonus point for you is the one that I absolutely hate. It is not an option for me whatsoever, but it may be for you. So if you're that concerned about staining your teeth with red wine, just limit or completely eliminate your red wine consumption. So what that means really is, it's quite clear, right? If you're that concerned about staining your wine, maybe just switch to other wine types or switch to clear drinks that are not going to be staining your teeth. But I think it's a valid option, honestly, for a lot of people. If it's a big concern for you to damage your dazzling whites, just switch to sparkling wines or rosés even, right? White wines, of course, are an option. So think about those. Like I said, for me, it's not an option. I love my red wine way too much, and I'd rather do anything else to help my teeth stay white than switching from red wine. But if it is an option for you, there you go. It's very effective. You're just eliminating the cause of the problem. All right, my friends, this is it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end with me. If you have any tips and tricks on how to unstain your teeth from red wine consumption, please let me know in the comments down below. I honestly always look for ways to whiten my teeth because I also am a coffee drinker. So it's just kind of a thing, for me to constantly try to improve the level of whiteness of my teeth, if that makes sense. But yeah, maybe there's something that I don't know and I could be doing. So please let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And until next time, cheers everyone.